So this is not a classic hand I played in my life or anything. It's more, I want to see if this format I had for giving you a hand history, if you guys enjoy it or not. I don't want the main focus of the channel to ever be hand histories, but I know people love them, so I can include one on occasion, maybe. And I can't film at the table. My phone doesn't have video, so there's no way to do it secretly with the camera I'm holding right now. But this is an idea I had. I have a couple more, so let me know if you guys like this for a way to give you a hand history. So this was a hand I played in Potawatomi in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I usually gave hands some kind of a title. This one is one hand with bad sizing, and we'll get to the street with the bad sizing. But for now, pre-flop action. 5 of us put in the $12 going to the flop, and I limp called with 3s, which is funny because that was pretty early. Now, I take tag to an extreme, and that would be a fold or a raise to me. But back in 2014, in May, I limped and then called a raise to $12 with pocket 3s. So what's a good flop for pocket 3s? Basically, any flop that has a 3 in it, and that's what I got. In addition to hitting the 3 on the flop, it's a pretty wet board, which, you know, good or bad. If you're going to improve to a boat or quads, very good. If not, it could not be so good, but for now it's a real good flop. I led $35, didn't need a lot of deception going on in 2014 in Milwaukee, and 3 of the 4 other people in the hand called. So now we're going to a turn card. I also managed to get a pretty magical turn card. 8 pairs the board on the turn. So that 8 pairs the board, and now I have a full house. A full house with so many draws out there. 2 flush draws, 3 open-ended straight draws, in addition to 4 gut shot straight draws beyond that, all of which are drawing absolutely dead to my boat. I bet 125, which is a large number in absolute value, but in terms of the pot, that's 200. It's, you know, a little more than a half-size pot bet, so I didn't think it was too much, but everyone folded, unfortunately. And I would also include my thoughts on how I played the hand, not being results oriented, but whether I thought I did something good, did something bad, whether or not it synced with winning the hand or losing the hand, or if I could have made more money. And here are those thoughts. My main focus in this hand, for whatever reason, was making sure I got all in against 8x. One guy was very deep, the guy I thought was most likely to have top pair, and I felt like I needed to bet 125 here to set up a reasonable all-in size on the river. If I put in 125, he put in 125, the pot would be 450, and then he would have, I guess, about 3/4 of a pot size bet left on the river, and it would make sense to go all in for that. You know, I couldn't bet like 20 bucks here and then bet a huge over bet all in for that guy on the river. I had to get a chunk in here and then bet the river all in, but it didn't work that way. And I'm not just being results oriented, but there are so many draws on this board that should have been the focus. There are, for those 4 gut shots, 3 open-enders, 2 flush draws, diamonds incredibly likely, clubs a little less likely for someone to have, and I should have just targeted that. When you have 0% equity, putting in any amount of money is a mistake, so it was really bad that 3 people, any of whom could have had some type of a draw, I didn't get them to put any money in on the turn. I bet so big that I gave them an out and let them find a fold on the turn. That was my mistake. So let me know what you think of that format, the back and forth, the graphics, if you will. I'll read all the comments on it because I know it's not traditional, but that's one of the things I could pull off right now with a hand history.